Alright, welcome back to Cooking for Jeff Part 7, I believe we're at. Tonight I've got some things in the fridge I want to use up. I've got some asparagus, some bacon, some eggs that need to get used. I've got a potato I'm going to mess around with, and some herbs left over from some other recipes. I've got some thyme here and some chives. So we're going to have a little side salad with an herb vinaigrette to go with it. I'm also going to use both of those in my eggs. I'm going to do a frittata, kind of a egg omelette, pan omelette kind of thingamajob. So we'll be right back. First step is I want to get these potatoes cubed up so I can get those cooked off. The smaller I've got the potato, obviously the quicker it's going to cook her. So first I want to get this cut into planks, and just be careful, it's slippery, don't want to cut a finger. Last thing you want to do is go to the emergency room on an empty stomach. So I've got that cut into planks, and then I'm just going to cube it off. There we go. Alright, so I've diced up the potato. Just want to get that into a bowl. We're going to cook that up in the pan after we get the bacon. But first, let me get that one more chopped. It's a little too big. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get my asparagus taken care of here. So I've got this very thin asparagus. It doesn't matter whatever you've got on hand. I don't know why I pulled that all off like that. And basically you just want to bend it like that to see where the natural break is. And then you can actually get rid of the rest, or save it, clean it, and perhaps pickle it. There's a thought for your Bloody Marys. So once you do one, you kind of got the line for the rest of them. And you can just chop them all off. Then I get them into a strainer here so I can get them rinsed off. You could also save those stems and use them in a vegetable broth. Although asparagus has such a strong flavor, I don't know if you want that in a vegetable broth. Your call. It's your vegetable broth. I won't tell if you won't. Alright, so I just want to get that all rinsed off, and then get the bacon chopped. Okay, so we've got our potatoes diced. We've got our asparagus trimmed up and rinsed. Next up, let's get our bacon taken care of. Making bacon. Of course, you don't need bacon in a frittata, but it just kind of goes with the eggs, and any excuse I can to use bacon, I do take. Because I really dig it. And no, it's clogging my arteries, but I just don't care. So I want to get that out of its package. I'm going to use half of a package of this uncured bacon, which is a lot, but I'm going to put some in the frittata, and then I'm also going to put some sprinkled on top. So I just want to get that cut into strips. And to make it a little easier to cut, if you stick it in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes right before you cut, it makes it much easier and less slippery. I really should have sharpened my knife before I started this little project, and I think I'm going to switch to my other knife here. So I cut this last on the board because, of course, it's a raw pork ingredient, and I had other things I needed to cut. So I'm going to get this into a pan and rendered down and crisped up, and then we'll be on to the next step. Alright, so we've got the bacon sliced up and in the pan, and slowly rendering at a medium to low heat. And we just want to let that go for a little bit until they're all crisped up. We'll be right back. Alright, so got the chives cut up here, about 2 tablespoons worth. And now I want to switch to get some of this fresh thyme from our fish recipe. So I'm going to pull off a little handful. And thyme is very strong, so we don't want to overdo it. I kind of want to strip the stems. Oh, you can smell that immediately as soon as you start stripping the stems. It just smells so yummy. And thyme is one of those herbs that can go with really a lot of different things. You can put it into Italian sauce. You could put it into eggs. It goes really well with eggs. Yum, yum, yum. So let me get that chopped up. We got that ready to go. Let me go check on the bacon. Alright, so it's potato time. We've got our bacon crisped up. We've got our bacon grease saved. And that's like liquid gold. I took a tablespoon of that with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Where are you? There you are. And got it nice and warm in the pan. Dumped our potatoes in. And I'm going to keep at this for about 10 minutes until they're good and crispy and the potatoes are nice and soft. Nobody likes to bite into eggs and get a hard potato. Yuck. So while we got the potatoes going, let's get our eggs ready. So we want 6 eggs. Large, small, brown, white, blue, whatever. We want to get them all together into something to mix them all together. We're just going to scramble them up a little bit. Sometimes I'll do them all egg whites if I'm feeling like I want to be really super health conscious. Sometimes I'll mix them up. Let's say I'll do, 4 whole eggs and 2 just egg whites and get rid of a couple of the yolks so you get rid of some of the cholesterol. Just like that. And if you're feeling like you're going to be doing some baking or something, save those egg yolks. You can always toss them in pasta. Make it nice and rich and creamy. So there's 4, 5, let's put a whole one in, 6, oops, oh well. Alright, so in here I've got 6 eggs, a little bit of milk, and I've got it scrambled up a little bit. I'm going to add our herbs we previously chopped up. We've got about 2 tablespoons of chives and about a tablespoon of fresh thyme. Get that thrown in there. A couple good pinches of salt. Some fresh cracked pepper. And we're going to set it aside until we've got everything in the pan ready to go. Okay, so we've got our potatoes crisped up. We've got the asparagus in there for a little bit to get it all nice and green and softened up a little bit, not too much. And we want to get our eggs in there. Pour it all around, make sure it settles. Then I want to reduce the heat quite a bit. I want it to set very slowly. So I'm going to watch this until the edges start to bubble up and I start to see it get warm. Okay, so we're in the final steps. I'm going to take most of the bacon that I made and sprinkle it along the top, so we're sure to get at least a couple little bits and pieces in every bite. And then I've got my shredded Parmigiano Reggiano, which I want to sprinkle all over the top. And that's going to bake and get just gorgeous and yummy and brown and how delicious is that? And how easy is this, seriously? Yum. Okay, so the frittata set up quite a bit, and then I sprinkled the little bits of bacon we had along the top, and then I sprinkled my 1 cup or so of Parmigiano Reggiano along the top. And next step is to throw it under the broiler. Make sure your pan is able to withstand high temperatures. Make sure you turn off your burner too. Best thing to use is cast iron. This is a green pan that I got from Martha Stewart that nothing sticks to and can withstand really high. Okay, we've pulled it out of the broiler and make sure we use our pot holder. And it's been in there for about 3-4 minutes. As you can see, it's browned up beautifully. All the cheese is melted. And it's just a yummy, eggy mess. And we're about to dive into it. Okay, so let's get this on a plate. We've got it cut up into quarters. And throw a little salad on there. Hunk of bread. And then to really make it smile, a little extra cheese. And there we have dinner.